Let's meet today's starting lineups. First, for the visiting pointers. Number 2, Piper Hanley. Number 13, Cass Klitsky. Number 15, Madison Cully. Number 16, Krista Borkert. Number 17, Jessica Camarado. Number 18, Casey Wadas. Number 21, Gabby Dunn. Number 22, Mara Gustafsson. Number 23, Caitlin Jones. Number 24, Rita Danner. And in goal sporting 00, Erica Pinella. The head coach of Stevens Point is Dawn Crow, and she is assisted by Corey Bougie and Eric Weiberg.
Money talks, what the is he saying? You can't ask his who's the man. Listen, bro, them get the stepping like parades about them bands. My little Tinker Bell, cause I'm fly as Peter Pan. Let's go, 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 let's go.
And now your starting lineup for your Carthage College Firebirds. Starting off, number 3, Maggie Tom. Sporting number 5, Stephanie Mitchell. Wearing number 6, Lisa Traxel. Number 9, Emma Amber. Wearing number 11, Lydia Sachs. Wearing number 20, Sarah Gorder. And number 21, Leah Martin. Sporting number 23, Peyton Olinsky. Wearing number 26, Addie Soranis. And in number 28, Amelia Bryce. And in goal, sporting number 1, Ainsley Stalwart. The head coach of Carthage College is Ian Wilson, and he is assisted by Vlad Gachinovic, Holt Walter, and Chloe Porter. Fans, please stay standing as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem.
Good evening and welcome to Art Keller Field in Kenosha, Wisconsin for Carthage Firebirds Women's Soccer. The Firebirds will be taking on Stevens Point this evening. The Pointers are in town. Pointers so far on the season are 3-4-2. Carthage, on the other hand, coming into this one 4-1-2. So only the one loss on the season. Carthage, in fact, is coming off 2 draws in their last 2 games. Most recently, they've had a little homestand here. A 2-2 draw to Lake Forest the other night, as well as Wisconsin Whitewater. They had a 0-0 draw. Their last win was at Kalamazoo, their last away game, which they won 2-1. Stevens Point, on the other hand, is coming in off a loss. They lost at Wartburg the other night. And before that, though, they had won 2 consecutive games against Beloit, a 1-0 win, as well as Concordia, Wisconsin, a 2-0 win. So far, though, the Pointers are 0-3. They are winless on the road, so this might be a tough challenge for them as well. Let's see, Jonah, do you have any information for us on Stevens Point?
Yeah, so the Pointers have 11 goals scored on the year, but they've conceded 12. The team averages about 1.22 goals per game, and their shots on goal percentage is about 48%. Some players to look out for are number 21, Gabby Dunn. She has 2 goals and 3 assists on the year, as well as she was a 2023 first-team All-WIAC member. As well as number 22, Mara Gustafsson. She had a goal on the year as well as 3 assists, and she was also a 2023 first-team member of the WIAC as well.
Okay, so a couple of first-teamers to look out for there. Gabby Dunn also, last year these two teams met in Stevens Point, and the Pointers won that one 2-1 on 2 Gabby Dunn goals in that game. Leah Martin was the scorer for Carthage, but Gabby Dunn had both goals for Stevens Point last year. And as Jonah said, she's got a couple of goals already this year to go along with her 3 assists. So she's certainly one player to watch. Beautiful night here for soccer. Just another gorgeous night here on the Carthage campus. The sun is a little bit directly opposing to us here, so it might be a little hard to catch some of these numbers until that sun goes down a little bit, but we'll do the best that we can. We're just coming up to the kickoff here. Carthage is going to kick it off. They're in the white uniforms tonight. White shirts, white shorts with red socks, and they'll be moving from right to left. The Pointers are in a purple uniform with a yellow stripe down the side as well as purple socks. This one goes deep into the Carthage corner there. Emma Amberg is getting the start tonight. This is, I believe, her first start of the season, if I'm not mistaken. Emma's a freshman from Lamont, Illinois. And she's starting up on that left-hand side in kind of a left wing position, it looks like, tonight. She's played that position a fair amount this season, but hasn't always necessarily been the starter up there. So that is a little bit of a change. We also see a little bit of a change potentially across the back line. We'll kind of have to see how that develops. It looks like right now they've got about 3 across the back line, huh?
So
I'm not sure if that's...
They got Gorder in at left back as well as, is that Serenas as the center back?
Yeah, or maybe Gorder's the other center back. I think maybe they were just shifted around to the left.
Right. The Traxel on the left.
Yeah, so Sarah Gorder has come in as one of the center backs tonight. That's a little bit of a change. Tia Mullins, the freshman from Oak Creek, has been starting every game so far this year, so we're not sure if it's an injury or not. We haven't heard yet from Coach, but we'll try to get more information on that. Sarah's a sophomore from Chicago, Illinois. Her twin sister, Ashley, is also on the team. So this one comes all the way back to Ainsley Stallworth now. Serena's trying to find something up the middle. Peyton Olinsky tries to play it around, but it is kicked back in. That was Piper Hanley with the ball up over the top, but it is cleared to the right side by Leah Martin. Maggie Tom again up on that right-hand side. She loses the ball there, but it comes all the way back into that center circle. At the back there for Stevens Point, it looks like it's Gustafson and Handley. And now Stevens Point has the ball. That's Gabby Dunn, who we mentioned. She puts the ball into the middle. That is a dangerous ball. It's still around there. And a shot. Carthage did not really clear that ball as effectively as I'm sure they would have liked to.
It was a weird shot, but it was a good one. Like at first, from that angle, you're like, okay, you know what, maybe not, but it caught Stallworth a little bit off guard.
Yeah.
She had to make a quick save twice.
She did was called into action very early there. I think it was Cass Klitsky maybe who eventually ended up with a shot there in front. So a little bit of a defensive lapse there maybe, although, as you say, it was a pretty good ball into the center there. Over on this right-hand side, there is Klitsky. She tries to cut inside. It's laid back now. That's Camarado, who tries to find something through the middle, but it doesn't quite come off. Gabby Dunn was lurking there, but Ainsley Stallworth able to scoop it up and getting ready to play it downfield, although she plays it short. Addie Serenas now coming out with it. I'm sorry, that was Sarah Gorder. She's in the left center back position. I have to get used to that.
Mm-hmm.
It always throws you for a little bit of a loop whenever they change the starting lineup, which they've done here tonight. Leah Martin is lining up this free kick now, just a little inside of the attacking zone. That ball comes all the way back out, though, now, and Stevens Point making a little bit of a run on it through the center circle. It's a good effort there.
Yeah, that's Borkert there. Freshman with 3 goals on the year. It's definitely a big impact for this team.
Absolutely, for 3 goals for a freshman, that's a great haul early in the season. And now it comes up this left-hand side. That was Emma Amberg who found a pass from Amelia Price and tried to cut through there. It was a nice little through ball, but she couldn't quite get on it. Now Lisa Traxel will throw it into the corner to Amberg. It's blocked there by the defender and cleared out.
Good clearance there by Hanley.
Stevens Point again coming through the middle, this time trying to go far side there. It's sent back, but Ainsley Stallworth had to come out of the box in order to get a hold of that one. It was left her a little bit short there. And now Stevens Point coming back again. They do look a little bit dangerous here in this kind of area.
Yeah, their passing so far early on has been very well done.
It looks
Connecting
good.
passes quickly and moving off the ball, creating options to move up the field quickly.
They do look dangerous. Carthage loses it again. And the setter, that's Danner. And now Gorder plays it back to Stallworth. Back out to Gorder. She takes it upfield. Trying to find Amberg, can't quite find her. Addie Serenas now will go upfield herself and try to find Peyton Olinsky, which she has more luck there. Amelia Price now trying to knock something through the center. Lydia Sachs making a good run there after it. Leah Martin with a nice play in the defensive midfield to get it back for Carthage. Emma Amberg will take it again, try to go up the sideline, but it is blocked out of bounds there. That was Piper Hanley, the right back, who has looked tough to get around so far. Blocked there by Stevens Point, but kept in bounds. Headed back. And now lofted upfield. Sarah Gorder has it there. She's able to find that back pass to Addie Serenas, who nicely finds Lydia Sachs, who turns her defender, but does lose the ball there. This is Case Waddus. Over there to Camarado. She takes a shot from distance. It's a good, probably almost 30 yards out on that one with her left foot, so nothing too difficult to handle there, but it is a shot on goal. The ball bouncing around a little bit here at midfield. Now another shot from distance. Ooh, and that one just goes over the net. It's a decent shot there. I think that was Danner, was it?
It might have been Danner or Dunn. I think it was Dunn.
Maybe it was Dunn. It was a good shot. Definitely Stallworth looked like she was a little worried there whether that one was going to go over, and it did ripple the top netting, so was not far off. We've seen a lot of teams take a lot of distance shots from Carthage. I'm not sure if that's something that they're scouting, or maybe the defense is just collapsing in such a way that they're forcing a lot of those shots, but it seems to be a kind of a trend so far this season. The ball's taken away from Amberg. Carthage losing out a little bit here. Klitsky trying to find a way through. They seem to be getting it up into midfield but then losing it there. Peyton Olinsky, though, takes advantage of a little bit of a mistake. Gustafson left it there, but her partner was not there. Olinsky now has it all the way down at the end, and it goes off of Olinsky finally. She might get a corner there, but ended up coming back off of her as she tried to cross it. So that's really the first time Carthage has been down in that end. I guess Amberg was down there in the corner, but they haven't had much action in front of the goal yet. No shots yet from Carthage. 4 of them from Stevens Point, although just the 1 on goal. So far, most of the action has been in this half of the field.
Stevens Point definitely applying a lot of pressure early on, just kind of maintaining control of the pace of play.
Amberg now tries to find Alinsky, which she does. Nice hold-up play there from her. She's looking for a teammate. Can't find anybody, though. And again, Stevens Point picks it up. It's been sort of the story of the half so far. This one comes all the way back. Caitlin Jones comes all the way forward. Addie Serenas with a little bit of a tricky back pass there. Might have potentially been some trouble. Stallworth kind of had to just...
Yeah, Stallworth had to adjust and use her left foot there. I'm sure that's not her favored foot, so...
Yeah, that probably was not the back pass she was looking for, maybe, but...
Yeah, it's tough. As a player who's going to lay a ball back off to your keeper, it's definitely something to keep in mind of which foot you're laying it off to. And it's little extra things like that that allow your keeper to play it. And it's a little extra things like that that allow your keeper to get away quickly and out of hairy situations.
That's true, yeah.
But it also works, I mean, not just with your keeper, but anyways, like with all your teammates throughout the field. If you can start to think about where you're putting the ball and which side of their feet, what side of their body, and you can start to play the ball a lot quicker, and it allows your team to outplay the opponent. The older and the higher level you get.
Absolutely. So it looks like we'll have our first corner kick of the game so far. And that will go to Stevens Point. Number 21, Gabby Dunn, is going out there to take that corner. Stevens Point has 4 players in the box and another 3 on the edge. Ball goes up, headed out, tap back in, but Amelia Price with a nice clearance. But it does go out of bounds, so that'll be Stevens Point again with the throw. Carthage playing some defense over on that side. Dunn comes through the middle now. She picks it up again. She tried for a shot there, but it was blocked. She passes it back, and there's a shot from distance. That was Danner, Rita Danner. Rita's a freshman from West Des Moines, Iowa. Stallworth now kicks it downfield. That ball took a favorable bounce to Carthage and out of bounds to them. Maggie Tom is over there, but I think she'll probably let Stephanie Mitchell, the right back, take the throw. She does. That'll be another Carthage throw. Now it's deep in the corner. Maggie Tom is there for Carthage against Case Wadis. But again, that comes off the Carthage player. So instead of a corner, we've got another goal kick. In goal is Erica Panella. Erica's a freshman also from Waukesha, Wisconsin. So they do have a little bit of youth on the field right now. Erica went to Kettle Moraine High School.
The lasers.
Aha.
Marine lasers.
Yeah. It's up in your neck of the woods, isn't it? You know them well, I'm sure. That ball comes in and it hits the post. It's an unusual play there. It kind of got behind the keeper somehow. And there's a shot from distance, and that's a goal.
That was chaos
there was
unfolding right there.
Definite chaos there. I believe it was Jessica Camarado
Yeah, it was
who
a
had the
great
goal.
strike. Yeah, that's what I think it was.
Really nice shot.
Perfectly driven ball right into the back corner.
Yes, so that goal is Jessica Camarado. I believe that's her first goal of this. No,
That's her second goal.
Second goal, right. Second goal of the season. She to go along with 2 assists. Yeah, that was a strange play. The kind of corner or the Cross came in and hit the post behind Ainsley Stallworth and kind of bounced back out in front. And it bounced around there until it came out to Camarado, and she had a really nice shot from outside the, I think it was outside the box.
She's just there to kind of clean up the trash. And
yeah, it was
really great finish.
Great finish, but Carthage is playing with fire there, letting that ball bounce around in the box. So the score is maybe reflective of how the first 15 minutes or so have looked here in this game. Stevens Point has had the lion's share of the ball and had it in some dangerous areas. And there was a little bit of defensive chaos there for Carthage between the keeper and the defense. And that one ends up in the back of their goal. Stevens Point is only averaging about 1.2 goals per game. So they're not a prolific scoring team necessarily. Carthage is allowing about that same amount, 1.29. So we'll see if that's going to be it for them tonight, or if there's a lot of soccer to play, obviously. Just had about 15 minutes here so far. 1-0 is our score. Stephanie Mitchell picks it up now on that far side. Carthage trying to string together a little possession here, but having trouble kind of connecting the midfield with the forward line. Now this ball goes up the left-hand side, almost another opportunity, but it does sneak out of bounds there on that far side.
Seems like the Pointers' offense right now is really focusing on playing between those gaps of the center backs, where they're able to attack through like the half spaces as well as even go outside too and play that ball in. But they're doing a really good job as in their final third, I should say.
Yeah. Absolutely. Now Peyton Olinsky has it. She comes across the center circle and drops it off for Leah Martin. Comes back to Sarah Gorder. Finds Em Amberg. She has no room to turn there, though. Nice give and go there. Beautifully done. And nice up the side now. Lisa Traxel, maybe. The left back having a little room to run here. She tries to cut it in. She does it. She gets there. Nicely done, though. She got all the way to the byline and was able to get that cross in. Forced a last-minute defensive stop there.
Good ball movement there. Something we haven't really seen a lot of so far in this game from Carthage.
That has been missing so far. There's the corner. Into the center. It was a pretty decent ball, actually, but bounced out. The call for a handball there, but none forthcoming. And now here comes Gabby Dunn the other direction, off of that corner. She takes a shot, and a goal. 21, Gabby Dunn. She's been a Carthage killer.
Yeah. It's often like Jay Bruce coming to the Milwaukee Brewers Stadium back when he was a Red. He didn't do anything, but he would just homer against the Brewers, and that is Gabby Dunn to the Firebirds.
That's right. She is really, she had, as we mentioned, she had 2 goals in the game last year, and here she is with one already here tonight in the first half. So Gabby Dunn with her 3rd goal of the season.
Wow, what a finish, too.
That was really a nice one. Didn't look like she had an angle really necessarily, but
it was just a straight shot. I mean,
yeah,
there was no spin and just took it.
Just drove it into the far side of the net. I'm not sure if Stallworth maybe could have had a slightly better angle on it or something. I'm not sure.
I don't think she expected her to shoot it. I think she was looking more for a cross.
Yeah, I think you may be right. She wasn't really looking for that shot. And it was just such a nice shot, such a well-placed. You kind of just see it going.
Yeah, I think definitely something you can tell from the Pointers is they know how to strike a ball. I mean,
yeah.
Several of their shots today, whether they've been on frame or not, have been struck really well, low and driven, and they're not tailing up high. And they must be working on that at practice, or it's just talent. I mean, it's probably both.
Yeah, that's true. Both of those goals, the Camerado goal and the Dunn goal, were both on really strong shots. The first one kind of was the result of a slightly goofy play, but the shot itself was really a very good one. That ball sneaks out of bounds here. And now Stevens Point will again move into the Carthage zone, looking for some more. And that'll be a throw for Stevens Point. Piper Hanley has come all the way up to take that throw. There's Gabby Dunn. This time it's centered, but Amelia Price is there, and she boots it downfield. And Stevens Point turns it around, coming back this other direction now through Hanley again on this right-hand side. Nice step up there by Lisa Traxel to deny Case Wattis that ball, I should say. Throw in pointers. Wattis goes far side, but it's intercepted there by Maggie Tom. But her forward pass was not a great one, but it ended up getting through anyway. Peyton Olinsky tries to check up to maybe get some space for a shot, but it was dragged through there by the Stevens Point defender.
That run there, instead of kind of holding up there, that's the one where she's fast, so she can just take on that defender. And I think that's something Carthage hasn't done a lot of this year, is they either take it to the corner and slow it down, and unfortunately that doesn't work a lot for them. So maybe there's something to work on there with Coach Wilson. But there's definitely the speed there to be able to do it.
I think you're right.
Just a little hesitation here and there.
Yeah. Doesn't have a lot of support down there either,
No,
does she?
that's very true.
Yeah, I think they need to get more numbers forward maybe too. Just to give her some options there. She's kind of having to do a lot herself, and those wingers are doing so much defensive work. It's hard for them, I think, to get down there and support sometimes. All the way across the center now, and a shot. Stallworth tips it up over the top. That was Gabby Dunn again with that shot. She has been kind of everywhere so far, hasn't she? As you mentioned, she's a first teamer last year for the WIAC.
Speaking of the WIAC, they have a CCIW-WIC matchup today between Wheaton and then UW-Whitewater. UW-Whitewater's up 1-0 in the first half.
Okay, another cross-conference matchup. This one goes into the center and is headed away. There, I think that was Mara Gustafson, maybe. Mara's a senior. Both she and Gabby Dunn are seniors. Gabby Dunn's from Dallas, Texas. Mara Gustafson's from Green Bay, Wisconsin. Both all first-team selections in the WIAC last season.
It's nice to have a forward and a defender in your roster, both first team, so you can kind of have that balance on each side of the ball.
Dangerous pass here this time. Stevens Point picks it up again. Got to be careful about those passes to the center. There's a shot from distance and goes harmlessly wide. That was Gustafson.
She does have 1 goal on the year as well as 3 assists, so definitely something to keep an eye on.
Yeah. Not a lot of defenders scoring goals and at this level necessarily.
If it usually comes, it's probably off a set piece like a corner, right?
Right. Center backs don't get forward too often except for those set pieces, as you say. Stephanie Mitchell now taking a long kick, trying to find Emma Amberg, who comes all the way across the field to pick it up. back to Mitchell, who hits it into the middle. Comes all the way across now. I think that's Lydia Sox, is it? Or no, that's Emma Hamburg, sorry. Here's Amelia Price.
That might have been Bamer, actually.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Bamer came on.
There has been a substitution. Yeah, Jess Bamer. Good call. Good eye. I saw the substitution lined up over there, but we didn't catch it coming in. This one comes all the way back. Sarah Gorder finds Bamer. Stevens Point picks it up, though, and comes back this other direction. So Jess Bamer was the first sub of the game, for Carthage anyway, I should say.
Strong tackle there by Hanley.
Jess Bamer came in for Peyton Olinsky. He's getting a little break there. And now they kept, no, didn't quite keep it in. I thought maybe they kept it in there, but they did not, in fact. And so that'll be a Carthage throw-in and a chance for another substitution. Looks like Stephanie Mitchell's going to be the player to come out, and Kate Sumner comes in. Kate is a senior from Yuma, Arizona. One of the players that we honored this past weekend on Senior Day. Carthage had 8 senior players and 1 senior manager that were graduating after this season, so they had a nice Senior Day celebration on Saturday. Even though they only were able to get a draw, it was a nice day.
Game was a little bit of a thriller, too.
It was, yeah. There's a shot from distance from Rita Danner again, but that one is blocked out of bounds, or it wasn't out of bounds, I'm sorry. Stallworth was able to scoop it up before it went out of bounds. Yeah, I thought Carthage was going to win that one on Saturday, and then they were up 2-1, and then
it was like 30 seconds later.
Yeah.
Lake Forest equalized.
Lake Forest equalized there very, very quickly. There's a cross. It's loose in front. A couple of those have been a little dangerously bouncing around in front. There's a shot from distance. Stallworth is easily on that one. But again, a ball that was a little bit, I don't know, just a loose ball, I guess.
Yeah, it's more chaos in the box. I think that's the name of the game right now.
Yeah, yeah, there seems to be.
Just create as many opportunities as you can. One will fall, or 2.
Yeah. I wonder, too, if the fact that Carthage is missing Tia Mullins, you know.
Yeah, Tia Mullins has been a big part of this defense this year. I mean, often throughout the games we find ourselves complimenting what she does because she's pretty solid. And like we said, she's a freshman, too. So being able to have that ability as a freshman and play very experienced is something that Coach Wilson definitely likes to have out there.
Absolutely. There's a nice through ball, but some good defense there. That was Lisa Traxel who came all the way across to kind of get in the way of that shot. And lucky she did, because Cass Klitsky made a nice little run across there and was ready to pull the trigger with her left foot, I think. Gustafson again, kind of playing the field general there in the middle. Klitsky again with a shot, and Stallworth with another save.
Yeah, that's a ball that I think Carthage should start cutting out. It was really easy there for Gustafson to play that ball in, and that deeper ball. Carthage got to cut that out, because that deeper ball then allows the pointers to quickly ping a ball underneath, and then they're free to do whatever they want.
Yeah, they're getting some opportunities there, aren't they? This one comes all the way back to Erica Panella. She kicks it upfield. Addie Serenas tries to find one of her teammates upfield. Nice play there by Emma Amberg. She finds Lydia Sachs, who takes a shot from long distance. Probably a good 30 yards on that one.
Might have been Bamer again.
Was it Bamer?
Yeah, 10.
I guess you're right. Yeah, yeah. A little bit of a collision there. Late call from the referee, but he did call a foul. Guess he was waiting to see if they could play some advantage there or not, possibly. And now Carthage will line up a free kick here. I imagine they'll try to take this opportunity to get something into the box. They haven't had much down there yet. They've had one shot on goal so far, 2 shots overall, and that one shot was from quite a distance. Here the ball comes in, though. This time it is Sachs. But she's not able to get it all the way to the goal, and it comes all the way back, where Sarah Gorder plays it upfield, but it does go out of bounds. Like a couple of more substitutions here. Maggie Toms getting a break for Carthage. And you can see Gabby Dunn getting a break for Stevens Point.
Yeah, Strushko coming on, number 10.
Strushko. Eve Hackerman coming on. Hackerman, sorry. Now going down the sideline there. That is Eve Hackerman, who's just come in the game. She usually plays somewhere along that front line. And that will be a Carthage throw. So we'll see if the substitutions with Beamer and Hackerman can maybe get a little something going here. Some fresh legs. Amelia Price picks it up. She's still in the game. She tries to go up the middle, but there's no outlet. She makes a nice play there to step around her defender and is fouled in the process. So that'll be a free kick for Carthage in a promising area. This is one of the better positions they've had, a free kick so far during this game. She's still about 35 yards out, so it is some good distance. But we're at the 15-minute mark, and Carthage hasn't had a lot of good opportunities here, so I don't know if she'll... What do you think, shoot or pass?
I don't know. It's a tough. That's a tough call there.
I know. It's like straight on, so she's got to be tempted to shoot. She does, but in the end, just kind of a lofted shot. Not much power behind it. Carthage trying to follow it up maybe and get something from the keeper there.
Sometimes that ball's not bad either to just play a quick short pass from that area. I mean, I understand it's a free ball in, but it's a weird angle too where sometimes you want to split up your team.
Yeah.
On both sides of the 18, so that way you can have options to either go left or right.
That's true, that's true. In that central position. Addie Serenas plays it out to Leah Martin. Comes back to Martin. Just playing a little give and go there. Comes all the way back, but Pinella plays it out to that left-hand side now. You can probably see on the screen there, pretty hard to see over there, even on camera. And now on the near side, that's Case Wadis. She drifts one into the center there, but Cass Klitsky could not get on it. And Ainsley Stallworth looks upfield. Got some good distance on that punt. But it ends up coming out of bounds to Stevens Point. Piper Hanley, who's still in there, will throw that ball in. Here's a substitution for Point. Number 18, Camarado, who scored the first goal, goes out. she'll get a little bit of a break. Now Carthage picks it up, though. That's Lydia Sachs. Keeps giving a good effort there, but it is picked up and brought the other direction. Katrina Engel has come on for Stevens Point. Eve Hockerman with a nice play there, though. She tries to get around the defender and cross it. It comes back her direction. She comes back at it again. Tries to go back to her defender, but it ends up going out of bounds. And that'll be a throw, but there was going to be a substitution there, so the referee calls it back for that throw. So Engel came in for Case Wattis.
I believe that's Heather Iverson coming on.
Now Iverson has come on.
Iverson's a junior from Luxembourg, Wisconsin.
There's the ball upfield. Addie Serenas just gets it out of bounds on that one, just making sure that nobody gets behind her. So both coaches using quite a few substitutions here tonight so far. There was a handball there or something.
Yeah, with the Pointers having that 2-goal cushion, I'm sure the coaching staff will start to think about integrating other players in, as well as giving their first starting 11 a break to come in later too.
Absolutely.
And apply pressure in a different area.
Yeah. Carthage trying to find something at that right-hand side, but Stevens Point sticking to their defense. This one comes all the way back now to Gustafson, who plays it again out to this right-hand side. It's cut upfield by Piper Hanley. She goes right through that center circle now. Trying to find a pass, but not finding it. Engel lays it off. Camarado has come back in. And that ball now is in Carthage possession. Looking for a way across field, maybe see if it's a little less clogged up on this side. Haven't had much luck getting out of the zone on the other end. Lydia Sachs and Lisa Trax will play a little give and go there, but it is taken away. But that's some good hustle there. Jess Bamer. There's a couple more substitutions coming on. Looks like Leah Martin and Amelia Price will get a break. They've played the whole half so far. Looks like Emily Borberg is one of the substitutes, maybe?
Yeah, and then I think Bella Sanchez Flores was the other one. Yeah,
okay.
there it is on the screen.
Yes. Sanchez Flores and Borberg. Emily Borberg is a freshman from Bellevue, Washington. Bea Sanchez Flores is a junior from Racine. Stevens Point now deep in the corner. Nice play by Carthage to get it out of there. But now a cross. Very close there. Number 10. That's Paige Ostrushko. Yeah. She was there and was in a good position. Just couldn't quite get a toe on it. She's from Prior Lake, Minnesota. Freshman. Ainsley Stallworth now looking around. She finds Serenas, who plays it upfield. Be a Carthage throw again.
I think overall I'd say Carthage just a little slower today. The Stevens Point Pointers have definitely been on top in terms of pace of play, and I think that's allowed them to dominate the game.
Agreed. Carthage just hasn't really been passing very quickly or moving upfield very quickly. coach would like to see from these substitutes some pace. That's Jaden Kramer now, who makes a nice run through the midfield. Into the center. Oh, and a great shot there. Here's another one. But the keeper does get there. A couple of opportunities there for Carthage. I think that was Jaden Kramer who had the first shot, and then Jess Bamer kind of with a follow-up. Almost able to get it. So that's been Carthage's best opportunity by far so far this half. I know Coach Wilson would love to see them try to get at least one goal here in the last 6.5 minutes. There's a shot, and there it is. Hey, all I had to do was say they'd like to get a goal, and they got a goal. A goal.
Is that Bamer?
Jess Bamer, indeed it is. So a goal for Jess Bamer. That's her second goal on the season. Very nicely done there. Nice shot over the keeper. Jess Bamer is a junior from Schaumburg. Very nicely done. So Carthage back in this one. As I was saying, important, I think, for them to get one here before halftime to...
A little bit of a mood lifter.
Absolutely. I would think going into halftime, that's going to make them feel a whole lot better about the situation than if they were down 2-0. There's a foul, so that'll be a Carthage free kick about at midfield. And we are now under 6 minutes. So the substitute Bamer getting a goal. So coach finding a goal in one of his subs. That's encouraging. I think she was pretty much the first sub on the field tonight. So there she makes another nice aggressive move, and it lines up with another free kick for Carthage in a good area here, just about 35 yards or so. They line up a bunch of players on the box line, and it comes all the way back. That one was on goal in the end, a shot from Traxel. So Carthage aiming or ending up shooting on a couple of those free kicks that maybe a cross would be a better result, might result in something better.
A little bit of a collision there.
A little bit of a collision there, and we've got an injury timeout. So in terms of upcoming games for these two teams, Carthage's next game will be on Saturday. They've got a 3 p.m. game against Milliken. That'll be their opening game in the CCIW. They'll then take on Illinois Wesleyan the following week. I believe that's at Illinois Wesleyan, followed up by games against Carroll and Knox in their next two games after that. So pretty much starting their conference season after this one. This is kind of their last tune-up before that conference season gets underway. So I'm sure Coach Wilson would like to see a nice result here going into those all-important conference games. The first one at home against Milliken.
Yeah, speaking of Illinois Wesleyan right now, they're in their second half of play against Hope College right now, and they're losing 5-2. Wesleyan is 2-5-1 on the year, so hopefully the Firebirds can look at that matchup and hopefully take one away on the win column.
Absolutely. Stevens Point, in terms of their upcoming games, they've got St. Mary's University, looks like on Sunday. And then UW Stout will be their next game after that on October 5th. So here's the ball into the Carthage box. Ainsley Stallworth takes control of that, though. So that was off the collision. There was a foul called on that collision, and Stevens Point ended up with a free kick. Now Carthage, though, off this kind of long throw, trying to find something up the middle of the field, but just a little bit too far through the middle there. They had a lot of players moving forward. It would have been nice to get something to feet, but they end up losing out there. Here's the ball down into the corner. Ainsley Stallworth will easily pick that one up with no pressure on her whatsoever. And we've got about 4 minutes to play here in this first half. So we've had 3 goals. First one by Camarado for Stevens Point at the 12:52 mark, then by Dunn at 16:24, and then Carthage answering at 38:34, Jess Bamer. So 2-1 is our score here. There is a men's game here this evening as well. University of Chicago is in town for the nightcap against the Firebird men's program. That should be a good one.
Yeah, Chicago nationally ranked. It's always going to be a tough game.
What is their most recent ranking?
I think they believe they're 21st.
21st now. So they are a tough opponent for sure. But Carthage will look to continue their success. Here's a corner. They'll get one more shot out of here, it looks like. They do. They can't quite get anything hard into the box. A third opportunity. That one's on the ground. And finally cleared there by Stevens Point. Ostrushka now has it, and she'll take a run with it. She leaves the ball behind, but she's able to cross it. That's Nora Lee who takes that shot. She's come in as a substitute. Nora's a sophomore from Holman, Wisconsin. She's getting a little bit of time up front here in the closing minutes of the first half. Jess Bamer with a nice turn there. She takes it off of her head and takes it around her defender with a nice pass through there. Jaden Kramer, I think that is. And a shot at a goal! Beautifully done. She just kind of
bulldozed her way through. I mean,
yeah, she really.
Instead of dribbling, you just win a couple 50-50 balls and
absolutely.
found her way.
Yeah, she found herself open in front of the goal there. So Jaden Kramer with the goal.
2-0 is always the worst lead in soccer. You hear that all the time. This game is just one of those games that's going to help prove that.
That's right. They always say it. I'm not sure it's ever true, but in this case, I guess it was. So there you go. So Carthage, that's really got to be as we mentioned for the first one, a real
mood lifter times 2.
Mood lifter times 2, absolutely. So now it's a brand new ball game. I mean, I think given the way the first 30 minutes went, basically, you really wouldn't have expected that, but Carthage with a couple of goals here in the last 15 minutes to even the score. So kind of the story of 2 different periods, I think. The first 30 minutes basically dominated by Stevens Point. In the last 15, Carthage has been able to get some opportunities and been able to cash in on those. Just about a minute to go now. Ainsley Stallworth looks downfield. There you hear the 1-minute call. Jess Bamer has done some nice things up front, I think, for Carthage. Jaden Kramer has looked good as well. So some nice contributions from some of the subs. Those 2 scoring goals, but also just really improving the quality, especially of the offensive pressure, right? I mean, they're really
just more creativeness on the offensive third, just more creation overall.
Absolutely, yeah. They've really found a way through there. Foul right at midfield, so that may take us almost down to the halftime whistle. Looks like Stevens Point will have one more chance for a free kick here. They take it from midfield all the way into the Carthage zone and into the box. But there's offside there on that last play. So a real interesting half. We've got a game here at halftime. UW Stevens Point Pointers went up 2-0, but Carthage shows some mettle and comes back and scores 2 of their own. So our score here from Art Keller Field at halftime is the Carthage Firebirds 2 and UW Stevens Point 2. We'll be right back after this halftime break. And welcome back to Art Keller Field in Kenosha, Wisconsin for the second half of the Carthage College Firebirds against the Stevens Point Pointers here tonight. It's been a good first half, so we're looking forward to a good second half as well. A 2-2 score. Stevens Point went out to an early lead in this game, really dominated the first 20 to 25, maybe even 30 minutes of this game. Their first goal was at 12:52. That was Jessica Camarado, her second. Gabby Dunn, then, the Carthage killer, who scored twice against us last year, scored again at 16:24, so just about 3.5 minutes apart. And Stevens Point was up 2-0, but then Carthage answered late in the half. Jess Bamer with a goal at 38:34 unassisted, and then Jaden Kramer with an assist from Bamer. That was at 43:10, so really at the tail end there of that first half. In terms of total shots, too, it's a little bit of an advantage for Stevens Point. They had 15 total shots, 9 of those on target in the first half. Carthage, on the other hand, had 9 total shots with 7 of those on target. Interestingly, though, Carthage did have Vicky Engel, they're just announcing here over the loudspeaker, will be taking over in goal for Carthage. So we'll get to that in a moment. But I was saying in terms of possession, right now, Carthage has a slight advantage, interestingly, in possession, 56 to 44%. Not a significant advantage, obviously, but a little bit, which might be a little bit surprising given the way the early part of that half went, where it seems like Stevens Point was really on the front foot and really getting a lot of opportunities in that Carthage zone. Interestingly, though, a lot of the possession on both sides really has been in the midfield part of the field. About 67% of the Stevens Point possession has been in the midfield, as well as 62% of the Carthage possession, I should say. So we have kickoff here now. Stevens Point with the kickoff. Ainsley Stallworth, as we mentioned, the keeper, who has played most of the season so far, will make way for Vicky Engel, who will get some time. Vicky is a sophomore from Bolingbrook, Illinois, so she'll take over in the goal for Carthage here. As we mentioned, this is Carthage's last tune-up before their conference season starts on Saturday against Milliken. Now Stevens Point taking over where they started the first half, which was a little bit of possession. Should say that my partner Jonah has stepped out now for the remainder of this broadcast. There's a shot from distance, but that does go harmlessly wide. That was Gabby Dunn there with that shot. She was probably the most active player for Stevens Point. She was, as we mentioned in the first half, a first-teamer for Stevens Point last season in the WIAC, so certainly that's not a surprise to anybody. Here she gets toppled over, though, by Addie Serenas, who is playing her defensively there very tight. So she goes over, and that will be a free kick to Stevens Point in a pretty dangerous position there. It's about 24, 25 yards from the goal, so certainly the kind of a range where she might be awfully tempted to take a shot there. We'll see. Vicky Engel has just come in the game, so this is going to be a real test for her right off the bat. Carthage has a 3-person wall. And there's the shot. Just sneaks around the wall, but Engel is there for the save. Stevens Point has a few of their substitutions from later in the half who are now in there. Carthage has primarily gone back to their starting lineup. Carthage trying to find something upfield, but not quite able to do it. Now Carthage has it at midfield. goes back. As we mentioned, Tia Mullins, one of the stalwart defenders from Carthage, is not in the lineup tonight. Not sure if that's an injury or not. We didn't see her on the bench before the game, so I'm not sure if she's perhaps out with an injury or something of that nature. We'll have to find out from Coach before the next game. Now Stevens Point with the ball down in the corner, but some nice defensive play there to get it away. It does come back to Stevens Point, though. Caitlin Jones now lofts it into the box, and Engel is alert to the danger there and comes out and picks it up and walks it out to the edge of the box. There you see Engel with a free kick. Not the free kick, sorry, just the goal kick. Now it comes all the way on the other side. That's Erica Panella in the Stevens Point goal. She tries to come out to this near side, but it's intercepted there by Maggie Tom and forces a ball out of bounds, so that'll be a Carthage throw on this near side. As I mentioned, Jonah Wallgren off to class. He'll be back possibly. We do have a second game here tonight, 7:30. Understand is the start for that one. That'll be the Carthage men's soccer team against the University of Chicago. So that should be a pretty good one here tonight. Jonah's going to try to get back for the second half of that one. So we'll hope he makes it back if he is able to get out of class in time. So education always comes first here, as we know. So try to hold down the fort until he gets back. And now Stevens Point going down that far side. That's Gabby Dunn again. She goes into the center. It bounces through the defense, but Lydia Sachs is all the way back there to pick it up and start to run it upfield. Nice play by her. Some good effort. She makes a nice cut back there. She's taking upfield now. She tries to go through the middle. Leah Martin trying to find it there. If the keeper tries to clear it, it does bounce off of Martin, and it's a desperation clearance there by Heather Iverson, I believe, is playing now on that. Or no, I'm sorry, that is Piper Hanley. My mistake, 2, not 3. Again, the sun in our eyes here, as you can probably tell on the screen, a little tough to see some of those numbers. Maggie Tom now, though, with a throw-in. Peyton Olinsky way down on the goal line, but not able to corral it there. So that'll be a goal kick to Stevens Point. Carthage has primarily gone back to their starters here. Emma Amberg over on the left-hand side, Peyton Olinsky in the middle. Maggie Tom here putting some pressure on. Lydia Sachs, Leah Martin, Amelia Price in the midfield. Addie Serenas, Sarah Gorder in the center of the defense. There is Sarah Gorder with a nice sliding tackle, very nicely done. But Stevens Point gets that ball back. Gabby Dunn now ranging into that corner. She's sure dangerous. She has a good, strong right foot and really good soccer IQ, it seems like. She seems like she really is at the center of a lot of what the Pointers do here this season. As we mentioned, she was a first-teamer, so not a surprise perhaps. That ball's thrown in now. It comes back and it's crossed. And a good play in the center. Paige Ostrushka, who came in and later in the first half, is now still in there, kind of in the one of those forward positions, kind of on the left-hand side. Lydia Sachs running with it again. She goes all the way back to Gorder. Plays it upfield, but it's intercepted. And here comes Stevens Point once again. They get into a dangerous position. Nice play by Gorder. And Dunn tries something with the left foot, trying to get some power on the shot, but it does end up just kind of rolling in there at a pretty comfortable pace. So as we mentioned in the Open, Carthage has had 2 draws in a row in their last 2 games. They'd sure like to break that streak with a win here tonight. They drew 2-2 with Lake Forest here just the other night on Wednesday, and last Saturday a 0-0 draw against Whitewater. So coming off 2 draws, I think the coach would sure like to have a victory here to bring them to 5-1-2. But so far we are even, 2-2. Throw in near side, that's Madison Cully. Stevens Point seems to go pretty deep in their roster, at least at this point in the season. There's the ball forward. Lydia Sachs now trying to find Peyton Olinsky, who's a little ahead of her, trying to bring it upfield, but it does end up squirting out of bounds there. So a good effort. Sachs has looked active here in the first part of the second half. Throw in near side. Maggie Tom with a nice play to intercept it. She keeps up the hustle, and it ends up going the way of Stevens Point, although there was some discussion between the 2 referees, and eventually they determined that it is Stevens Point ball. So they throw it in. There's Dunn with a long ball across. Good decision there by Vicky Engel to come across and pick that ball up. There was a point player going after it, so it needed to be dealt with. Olinsky tries to handle the long ball, but not able to. Comes back the other direction. Addie Serenas, though, is there. Now there's a ball across that finds Dunn in the middle. She drops it off. Tries to pick it back up. Comes through the middle now. And all the way across. That's Gustafson. That ball's a little bit short, though. Maggie Tom has Peyton Olinsky with her. She bumps it forward to try to get it into her path. She takes it all the way, but it had stopped there on a good defensive play. And it comes back the other direction. That was Gustafson who made that play. Now it's on the far side. It's crossed into the center. Ostrushka. Point trying to find a way through here. Into the middle. Camarado. Shot from distance, and it does go over the net. It certainly had Vicky Engel worried a little bit there. But it does end up over the roof of the net. So after 10 minutes, still no score. We're still at 2-2. Sun's starting to set here. The sight lines are a little bit better on the screen, I can tell. And certainly from our booth position as well. Getting a little bit easier to see, although the lights really haven't taken effect yet. So it's pretty dark out there from where we're sitting. Stevens Point trying to get central again. Amelia Price with the header out. There's a ball down into the corner. Carthage plays it out, but couldn't quite make the connection on the pass out. So that'll be a throw in. Madison Cully taking that. Comes through the center there. Stephanie Mitchell picks it up. And now it's in that Stevens Point defense. Carthage trying to apply some pressure to those center backs, trying to find something through there. They've had a little bit of luck with that in the first half. Gustafson now. She plays a nice ball out on that right-hand side. A good connection over there. Up the sideline, but a little bit too far. And so that will be a Carthage throw. There's a foul, so that'll be a Carthage free kick on that far side. Use this as an opportunity to try to get upfield a little bit here. Lisa Traxel's lining it up. She will take it long downfield. Peyton Olinsky holds it up there. Some fancy footwork to keep that ball, but she is moving backwards now. And that'll be a Carthage throw. So they are working their way upfield here. Now they're in the Stevens Point end. And another throw. So they're taking the slow route, but it is working. They're moving upfield here. Olinsky with a nice drop off. Emma Amberg trying to find a way through there. Can't, but it'll be another throw. Lisa Traxel has been busy over there with throw-ins and free kicks. This one is knocked off of Amberg, though, and it will go out of bounds on that far side on the goal line. So that's over the goal line, and that'll be a goal kick. Poor goal kick there. Looked like Amberg might get some kind of an opportunity, but there is a clearance at the back there. I think that was Hanley, Piper Hanley, who was able to clear that eventually, but the goal kick kind of went right to the Carthage player, so they had an opportunity there. Take advantage of those mistakes if they can. Pointers now trying to switch fields, but Maggie Tom is there. Lydia Sachs now back to Amelia Price. Now Carthage will try to control the ball a little bit here. Sarah Gorder to Lisa Traxel. Let's see if she can get something going. She's not able to control it over there, though. And it does go out of bounds for a throw to Stevens Point. Right at midfield. 15 minutes played now. We're a third of the way through the second half. Still 2-2. Both teams looking for that breakthrough. Trying to get back to winning ways for Carthage. And trying to do the same for the Pointers. Mentioned the Pointers have not yet won a game on the road yet this season. So I'm sure their coach will be looking to try to get a win on the board. Dawn Crow is the head coach of the Pointers women's squad. There's the ball crossed into the center, but it is scooped up there nicely by Vicky Engel. Coach Wilson maybe trying to get his backup keeper some minutes here before the season starts in earnest. You never know when you're going to need that backup keeper, so good to have somebody that has had some minutes and is confident back there. When Vicky Engel has looked good so far. There's a tackle in the middle of the field, and it not a foul, but it ends up with Stevens Point coming back the other direction. Madison Cully there. But Stephanie Mitchell is there defensively. This one comes into Gabby Dunn. She makes a nice turn there and fires it in, but right into the arms of Vicky Engel. I guess that ball went out of bounds, so that will be a stoppage, and that'll be a chance for Carthage to make a substitution. As you see there, Emma Amberg comes off. Jaden Kramer comes back on. Jaden got the second goal tonight, her first of the season. Jess Bamer, the first goal of the game, and Jaden Kramer then followed it up with just about 2 minutes left in the first half to tie it up. There's Cass Klitsky down in the corner. She gets a second bite of the apple. It's cleared out, though. Mara Gustafson, who we mentioned, is an important player on defense. And here's Dunn again now on the other side. Another strong effort but that one goes over the net. Gabby Dunn has been really, really active. She's already got 3 goals and 3 assists on the season, including one here tonight. So now Carthage will have a throw about midfield. Stephanie Mitchell there. Throws it downfield. It goes out of bounds to Carthage, so that'll be another Carthage throw. Little tussle there, and Stephanie Mitchell draws the, or I'm sorry, Leah Martin draws the foul there. A little bit of pushing and shoving. The referee trying to quiet things down a little bit. And it looks like Stephanie Mitchell will take this free kick. She knocks it into the box, headed out there. Amelia Price trying to find a way to get another ball in, but she does commit a foul there. Jessica Camarada was the one who was fouled. And Mara Gustafson will line this ball up. The sun has gone down across the way now, so out in the west, be a lot easier to see the play from now on. Maggie Tom cutting across field, trying to use some of that speed, just can't quite get away from her defender. That was Gustafson again. Case Wadis now upfield, trying to find Kasklitsky. And we are under 25 now, 25 minutes to play here tonight. And now here comes Stevens Point. Dunn with another shot. This one with her left foot and from a pretty good distance, so not much of a concern there for the Carthage defense. They'll take shots like that. Nice little layoff here by Peyton Olinsky. Maggie Tom now trying to use that speed, which she does. She tries a shot, though. Lydia Sachs was running up there with her. Would have maybe been open, maybe not open for a pass, but she was certainly trying to find a run alongside Maggie Tom. Maggie had a goal on Saturday in that 2-2 draw. Gustafson now. Maggie Tom, though, with a nice interception. Peyton Olinsky picks up the loose ball. Leah Martin trying to put it into the corner, which she does. Maggie Tom with a nice run to get at that ball. It goes out of bounds, so that'll be a corner kick to Carthage. Maggie Tom with a nice effort there, and Carthage with some nice passing work. Carthage has had 2 corners so far, so this will be a third. Lisa Traxel has come over on this near side to take that corner. Carthage with 6 players in the box. Nicely found there. Leah Martin was open for an open header, but the ball was a little bit high maybe for her to get on top of it and try to steer that one goalward. So a nice pick out, but just not quite the right trajectory for her to be able to do anything with it. So there you say Gustafson comes upfield. Carthage defense is there. The defenses look pretty strong here in the second half. Really not a lot of good chances anyway. And although here comes Stevens Point again. Patty Serenas with a nice ball there. She finds Peyton Olinsky, who, although there's 3 defenders there, she takes it at her defender, and Gustafson is able to be there, but is not only able to knock it over the end line, and so that'll be another corner for Carthage. This will be the 4th now. So Carthage getting some opportunities here on some set pieces. Trying to find that 3rd goal. There's a substitution. Amelia Price now comes off. And I believe that's Emily Borberg who's come on in her place. Here's the cross. Oh, it was an interesting one. It came all the way to the far post. Peyton Olinsky was there, but just a little bit beyond that post, and really kind of, by the time she was able to get a head on it, the angle was too sharp for her to be able to get it on goal. It comes right back, though. Olinsky. She has it in the box. She goes back. Not quite there. Jaden Kramer, that was, who's making a nice little run there. Olinsky, rather than pulling the trigger herself, laid it back for Kramer, but Kramer had that shot blocked, and so that'll be a Carthage throw on the far side. And that ball goes harmlessly out of bounds over the end line. So that'll be a goal kick. And a substitution for the Pointers as well. Looks like number 13, Kasklitsky, has come off. And some changing up of positions here. That's Liliana Martinez, who's come on. Liliana is a freshman from Portland, Oregon. So she'll come out on this left-hand side as they shift players around a bit to make room for that substitution. Gabby Dunn tries to go out to that right-hand side, but it's blocked nicely there by Mitchell. Jaden Kramer now making a run up that sideline. Can't quite keep it in. She's been very active tonight in a substitute role, and as I mentioned, got the second goal, the tying goal so far here tonight. So I'm sure Coach would like to see that, some of those substitutes getting on the board. Here's another substitution. Maggie Tom is coming off, and Peyton Olinsky will get a break as well. Jess Bamer, who scored the first goal of the game, will come out here on this right-hand side, and I believe that's Eve Hockerman who comes in the center. Eve Hockerman comes to us from Brookfield, Wisconsin. She's a freshman. She was the team captain at Brookfield East last year. So now Jaden Kramer has it. Can she find something cross field? Oh, stepped up there. Good defensive play by Martinez, who's just come in the game. She was very alert to that danger. Now Rita Danner has it. She's moving forward. And it comes out to the outside and into the arms of Vicky Engel in goal. Under 20 minutes now. We're past half of this second half. Into the center circle. Jess Bamer. Well, there's a foul there on the play, so they'll bring that back. Carthage fans not super happy about that call, but the referee was right on the spot and decided that was a foul. Now Mara Gustafson is really at the heart of that defense for Stevens Point. Nice ball out to the right there. Headed back, though. Piper Hanley has it now. She makes a nice move there to get through two defenders into the box, but can't quite get the cross off. But nice ball there. Eve Hockerman now. She's got a little space to run here. Gustafson is right with her, marshalling her over to that sideline. Hockerman tries to get around, but Gustafson with a nice defensive play. Now Jaden Kramer coming across. She tries to, I think that was a shot maybe, but it was blocked. Emily Borberg trying to get on that ball, but it does get away from her. Lydia Sachs has pushed off the ball a little bit, but she's able to maintain it. Referee plays advantage here. Leah Martin with a nice block in the center circle. She goes running off to that left-hand side. Jaden Kramer plays her in. Nice ball by Hockerman, just a little bit too hard. Maybe she was trying to return it there to Leah Martin. Leah had a really good idea of coming into the center. She crosses it. Bounces around out front, but no Carthage player can get on that ball. It comes back up front now, and there's Gabby Dunn again. She makes a nice pass with her left foot all the way up on this left-hand side to Rita Danner. But a nice defensive play there by Stephanie Mitchell. So now Point will have a throw-in in Carthage territory, still at 2-2. Borberg tries to rush that ball. There's a shot attempt from distance. Gabby Dunn again with a shot. Ooh, she is not hesitating. She lines up another one. She's had quite a few shots already in this game. But that will be a goal kick. Vicky Engel, who came in the second half. There you see the substitution. Klitsky coming on for Wadis for the Pointers. There's a foul on that end. Good crowd here tonight. Lots of vocal fans here for both sides. Stevens Point, of course, a little distance away, not so close to Kenosha, but they do have a good turnout of fans here, traveling fans, as well as the Carthage faithful. There's a ball up the side, trying to find Gabby Dunn, but it goes out of bounds. So under 15 minutes to play. Carthage has it at the back, and they'll try to play out from the back. Addie Serenas. It's intercepted, though, and comes right back at him. Carthage can't be giving the ball away too much in those kind of positions. There's Danner with a cross. It squirts across. Good effort there. That's Emma Schmidt. There's Schmidt on the ball right now. Emma Schmidt is a junior from Oshkosh. Nice play by Jess Bamer there to get that ball clear. And a little bit of a coming together there, and a foul is called, so that'll be a free kick to Stevens Point. Mara Gustafson lining that ball up. She's got a great right foot. I imagine she'll try to put that into the box somewhere and see what happens. She does. It does come over Addie Serenas' head, but it's cleared out there. I think that was Lydia Sachs back there doing some defensive work. There's a shot from distance. That was Gustafson, who saw a chance there for a ball, but she wasn't able to really get her foot through it entirely, and it ended up kind of being a bit of a pop-up there. Emily Borberg going back off, Amelia Price coming back on. She's been very important there, kind of at the center of the defensive midfield, so coach wanted to get Amelia back on as quickly as possible. Carthage not able to get much going forward here since these subs have come in. They, of course, got the goals in the first half, so I can see why coach went to them fairly early. There's another shot from distance. That was Camarado on that one. She kind of leaned back on that one a little bit, and it ended up going quite a bit over her target. Engel with the kick downfield. Eve Hockerman with a nice play to get that ball moving forward. Foul called there. The referees a little more active on the whistle than he was in the first half, I would say. There's a shot from distance. That's Gustafsson again. Ooh, that was a tricky play there, but Vicky Engel made a nice play. She kind of caught it at waist height. It's sort of not where you'd ideally like to pick it up higher than that, but she was sure-handed. And her kick ends up coming right back this other direction again. Although Carthage able to knock it off the point player and out of bounds. So that'll be a Carthage throw. Still in bounds there. Jess Bamer goes running after it, but to no avail. Gustafsson now plays it all the way back to Piniella. Kicks it upfield. And Carthage will try to find something up the left-hand side now. Amelia Price with a defensive play. That ball's out of bounds. That will be a... Oh, I guess, I'm sorry, there was a foul there. A little bit of a delayed call there from the referee. There you see Paige Strushka coming back on. She looked pretty good in the first half. Her minutes so far. There's a I don't know if that was a shot from distance. I think it was. Vicky Engel, though, just decides to clear it out, so she kicked it out of bounds on the near side. Nice turn there, but it goes out of bounds. That was knocked out of bounds by Carthage, so that will be a corner kick. Gabby Dunn goes over there to take it. Lines it up into the box. It's headed there, but Jaden Kramer is on it. See if she can use some of that speed, and she is able to pick that ball up. She tries to go upfield with it. And now there's a battle for it right in the center circle. Stevens Point comes away with it, though. Gabby Dunn goes running after that with Addie Serenas. Both of them go into the corner. And I think that's a point throw. So we're under 10 minutes now to go. See if either of these teams can get a winning goal here in this last 10 minutes, or whether they'll have to settle for another draw. Carthage, as I mentioned, has 2 draws in a row, which they had far too many draws last season as well. So I know Coach would love to see a goal here in this last couple of minutes. That's another corner kick, though, for Stevens Point. I believe this is their 4th. There's that ball into the center. Very nice come and take there by Vicky Engel. She was very sure-handed and very nicely done. She also distributed it nicely, although Jess Bamer couldn't quite catch up to it, and now Stevens Point comes back the other direction. Cross there. Serenas is there, though, to clear. Eve Hockerman trying to find a teammate to lay it off to. That ball sneaks through. Jaden Kramer just happened to be in the right place at the right time, but she couldn't quite get her feet sorted out. It looked like she was going to have maybe a free run on goal there. That ball kind of took a weird bounce at midfield and ended up in her path, but some strong defensive recovery there from Stevens Point. And that was, I believe, Gustafsson again, who's been kind of everywhere on the defensive end. Certainly those 2 players for Stevens Point, Gabby Dunn up front and Mara Gustafsson in the back, have really been tough to crack here for Carthage. There's a lot of experience between the two of them, a lot of plaudits in terms of all conference selections. And you can certainly see why. They're both really, really strong players. Now Ostrushka on this near side tries to play it infield. There's Camarado, who goes far side. That's Cully. She gets it all the way down into the corner there. Goes out of bounds, and that will be a throw to Stevens Point. Cully takes it quickly. She finds Dunn. Dunn with a cross. Ooh, Ostrushka was right there flying across the center and looked like she could have gotten a foot on it, and that would have been right in front of the goal. But she's not able to get any purchase on it. So now Addie Serenas up the middle. Jaden Kramer again in a good position, just not able to really control the ball enough to get it moving forward. There's a little bit of a collision there, but no foul. Serenas, though, back up to Martin, who plays a nice play to Amelia Price. Amelia goes over the top. Jess Bamer. This could be an opportunity for Carthage. Jess Bamer has it. She makes a nice move, but not quite able to get her foot around that cross. She just couldn't quite wrap her foot around it, and so that ball goes out of bounds and will be a goal kick. Looks like a mass substitution here for Carthage. Hockerman, Bamer, and Kramer going off. Starters basically coming back in. So Amberg, Olinsky, and Tom. So they get a nice break, and they'll be in for this last 6 minutes or so. 6:14 left on the clock. Tie score here. 2-2. Carthage showed some good mettle in the first half to come back from a 2-0 deficit and score 2 goals in the last 7 minutes of the first half. But nothing since then. Not a lot of shots here in the second half either. I'm not sure if they've got a good shot on goal yet. Stevens Point, on the other hand, has had some opportunities, but so far Vicky Engel has been up to the task, the keeper who came in at halftime. There's a foul on that far side, so that'll be a foul, not a caution though. It seemed like this has been a pretty low temperature game. We have not had a card yet shown by the referees, so it's been a good, clean game so far. 5 minutes to play here. Carthage with a free kick, trying to find something. It's headed out immediately, though. Too bad, because Carthage had about 5 players in the box there. Leah Martin now has come up forward a little bit, trying to help out with offense, but it ends up going out of bounds on that far side, and that'll be a Stevens Point throw. The light's just kind of starting to take effect here on the field as the sun has gone down now. We started in full sunshine, and now we've got some nice evening light. Throw in far side. Gabby Dunn. For some reason, Gabby Dunn, I always want to either call her Gabby Douglas or Crystal Dunn. I guess both of those are great professional women's athletes. And she's a combination of the two. Nice play by the Carthage defense to get that ball clear, but nobody offensively to take charge of it. They're down to 3:40 to go. Just a few minutes here. Both teams holding on. Trying for one more opportunity. Amelia Price with some good defensive play there. Amelia Sachs finds the ball, and she's fouled. She's a tough player. She gets right back up. She's really had a good game, I think. You know, she's not really on the stat sheet necessarily, but she's been very, very active and has played almost the entire game, I think. She's been running around all night, and certainly Carthage has benefited from her tireless efforts. There's a ball all the way from the back, but it is headed out. Amelia Price with a nice ball over to the side. Emma Amberg now takes it to the line. Oh, and that's a goal kick. All right, those look like a bit of a 50-50 ball there along the goal line, but the referee was in a good position and calls for the goal kick. So 2.5 minutes to play now. Here's a goal kick for Stevens Point. Getting right down to it here, folks. Neither team wanting to make a mistake here, but both teams trying to find something. And now here goes Gabby Dunn. She has been everywhere tonight, and she's still got that engine running. She's got the ball again in the zone. She moved into the box, or just at the edge of the box there, and took a shot, but it does go harmlessly wide on the near side. So it looks like Carthage will take this one long with just 2 minutes to play now. Vicky Engel comes down this near side. The ball gets headed back. It's in a dangerous position, and oh boy, that was very, very close. Oh, there was an offside on the play. Okay, I thought Gabby Dunn looked like she was maybe a couple of steps offside there, but she all of a sudden found herself with the ball alone behind the Carthage defense, but the assistant did have his flag raised on the far side, so that'll be a free kick for Carthage with 1.5 minutes to play now, just under 1.5 minutes. Carthage is trying to get something into this end to probably try to get one more opportunity if they can. It does come all the way down to this end, but it is a throw in for Stevens Point. They'll try to probably take that fairly quickly, which they do. Now just 1 minute to play. Stevens Point again with a throw on that far side. Can either team find something here in this last minute of play? There's a free kick there, and Stevens Point will line it up. It looks like they're going to take something downfield. That makes sense with just this last minute to play. Carthage getting everybody back except Peyton Olinsky. She's the only one that's up high, but everybody else on the field, except for the 2 Stevens Point defenders, are forward now. There's a ball in the center. Carthage has it. They're trying to come away with it. 30 seconds left. Olinsky chasing that ball, but it is knocked out of bounds on that far side, so we're getting right down to it here. 20 seconds to go only. Carthage with maybe one more opportunity. There's a throw downfield. That ball goes out of bounds again, though, and that'll be another Carthage throw. But we are down to the final 10 seconds. Carthage with a shot, and it's headed away, and that will do it. So after the final whistle here, the final score from Art Keller Field in Chicago is Carthage 2, Stevens Point 2. That will put Carthage to a overall season record of 4-1-3 going into their first conference game. UW Stevens Point will fall to 3-4-3 overall in the season. They've had 3 draws and still remain winless on the road. So Carthage with their next game will be Millikan University. That'll be their first game in the CCIW. So that'll be an important conference game. That's back here at Art Keller Field at 3 o'clock just this Saturday afternoon. So be sure to try to join us here if you can. And also, we got a men's game coming up here tonight as well. So stay tuned for the Carthage men, who will be taking on number 21 in the country, University of Chicago here. That should be a real barn burner as well. So for my partner, Jonah Wallgren, who's now in class, this is John Bruning. This has been Carthage Women's Soccer. Thank you to our producers you see there on the screen, as well as our student workers, our camera folks, our graphics and replay people, as well as our director. So for all of them, this is John Bruning signing off, and we'll see you back here in just a little while for Carthage men's soccer. The final here again, 2-2, another draw for the Carthage women as they head into their conference season. We'll see you back here on the stream very shortly for men's soccer.